Okay, I'll admit it. I don't know much about Nexo Knights. It's just another LEGO theme that I don't personally care about, nor do I have any interest in. You may be wondering, then why am I even making a video about it? Well, first of all, let me just say that this will be the only Nexo Knights video I ever do, and that's a promise. Nothing can ever replace Ninjago in my eyes. But yeah, as to why I'm doing this, well, a lot of you were actually curious of what I thought about Nexo Knights, and I'm sure you can already tell by the thumbnail. But before we start, let me just say that I've only seen the first 2 episodes, so I at least have some insight into the lore of Nexo Knights. For those of you who want to learn more about Nexo Knights, but don't want to have to sit through 2 episodes like I did, here's a little rundown. So basically the show consists of 5 newly graduated knights, and they are given the responsibility of defending the land of Knighton from various monsters. So, you know, pretty basic plot. So yeah, the team consists of Clay Morrington, the Blue Knight whose name is a pun on Claymore, Aaron Fox, the Green Knight whose name is based on Arrow, Lance Richmond is the White Knight, and his name obviously comes from, you know, Lance, Macy Halbert, the Red Knight whose name is a pun on Mace, and last, and most certainly least, Axel, the Yellow Knight and the muscle of the team. All of these knights were destined to do battle against the forces of the evil jester named Jestro and his Book of Monsters. Ugh. And there's a few secondary characters that I don't really care about. You're probably wondering which knight is my favorite, and if you're not, well, I'm going to tell you anyway. Honestly, it's probably Clay. Why? Because he's the only one who's actually taking any of this nonsense seriously, and I'm a big fan of that. I've noticed how the Nexo Knight series actually tries to stem away from stereotypes, and I really enjoy that. For example, usually the red character would be the highlight. Many other franchises have actually suffered from this trend. Some examples of this would be Ninjago with Kai, but they sort of strayed away from this later on. Bionicle with Tahu being front and center, and of course Power Rangers, if you care. Anyway, that's really the only positive I can personally point out from my viewing of the first 2 episodes. I liked Clay's character, and I liked the exclusion of popular trends in media. Now let me get on to the bad. I despise the rest of the cast. They either come off as annoying, self-centered, or as a ripoff of Cole from Ninjago. And that brings me to another aspect that I noticed. You can definitely tell that a lot of the things that make Ninjago great were sort of recycled into Nexo Knights, but they weren't executed in the best way. Like, for example, the wizard Murloc is obviously a reference towards Sensei Wu, but let me just say, Jestro is not Garmadon in any way, shape, or form, and I think that's in Nexo Knights' favor. I don't think they needed a Garmadon-style villain, but at the same time, I hate the character of Jestro. To me, he just comes off as annoying, you know? He reminds me of the Serpentine when he's in his evil form, and that just turns me away. I don't know if he's still around in the series or if he's been replaced by now, because again, I've only watched the first couple of episodes, but yeah, don't even get me started on that book. It's just disgusting. Anyway, to wrap up things and come to my final conclusion, is Nexo Knights terrible? Absolutely not. Don't get me wrong, personally, I don't find it to be worth investing my time in, but it could definitely have been worse. I really hope the series has improved because it has a lot of potential, but those first 2 episodes really do not do it for me. But hey, at least it's a lot better than Chima, and I think we can all agree on that. So there you have it, my thoughts on Nexo Knights. I know a lot of you have been curious as to what I think of this series, and I'm glad to finally share my thoughts with you. So thank you guys so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up rating and be sure to hit that subscribe button, guys. It really means a lot to me. Remember that the comment section is yours for any discussions you want to have, or if you just had a general comment, that's fine too. Also, don't forget to leave your video suggestions down below as well for a chance to have your idea featured as an actual video sometime later on. Thank you guys so very much for watching. My name is TannerFishies, and with that, I bid you farewell.